Well, good evening and welcome back to Des Moines Junior Bucs Hockey. We got our white team here wearing red jerseys with red breezers playing against the Sioux Center Storm. Storm is what it says on their jerseys. They're wearing white with blue accents over there. Only about 10 seconds left in the pregame here for warm-up, so I'll run through the roster for you real quick. Number 14, Quinn Baker. Number 13, Ace Bentz. Number 11, Redford Dupass. Number 5, Carson Follis. Number 1, Sawyer Goldie. 20, Graham Hildebrandt. Number 87, Xander Marin. Number 9, Luke McDaniel. 46, Taylor Pembroke. 77, Tucker Smith. 37, Liam Story. 54, Xander Van Tilburg. 82, Brock Welch. And 88, Levi Yohe. After P.J. Brown was in net for the first game today, I'm expecting to see Elliot Buckland in net for the second game. Tough loss we had this afternoon. Guys weren't playing fully up to snuff, but hopefully they're fueled and ready to go for the game this evening. We have a rare second Friday match for you. And based on what I saw in the Indiana Hoosiers game, hopefully this will be a little bit more fun to watch. It was 35-7 at half when I stopped. Got 16 minutes up on the clock. They did send us a message saying they were going to run clock for all the periods just to expedite the length of the day. Looks like we'll be kicking off a full hour late here at 9:20 instead of 8:20 Central Time. Looks like starting lineup here on defense. Number 13, Ace Bentz. And number 87, Xander Marin. Offense, Sawyer Goldie, Brock Welch, and at center, it's like Liam Story out there, and Elliot Buckland, number 44, is in net for this game. Liam Story at center for the face-off. We're all ready to go. He wins it, sends it back to Bentz. Bentz to Welch. Storm take it over. Bentz clears it out after the Storm brought it in. Goes behind the net. Goldie in pursuit. Back this way they come. Centering pass connects. And Elliot Buckland gets his first shot save for the night. And the clock does run. 15 minutes up there on the clock now. Carson Follis at center for the faceoff. I'm going to say he lost that one. Dumped around near side. Follis picks it up. Pass up to Smith. Doesn't connect. Pass goes length of the ice. No icing. Graham Hildebrandt with it behind the net. Loses his skates. Storm with it. Far corner. Trying to clear. Kept in by Taylor Pembroke. And then it comes out. Follis picks it up. Dumps it in. So there are 9 teams in this tournament we're playing this weekend. I was told we were forgotten. We're supposed to be 8. Shot from Hildebrandt from up high, blocked by the goalie. Now, being the 9th team means we're only guaranteed 3 games this weekend. As Baker dumps us into the zone, Storm bring it out. Pembroke drops it off for Hildebrandt. They trip over each other. Storm come over with the puck, bringing it in through the skates. And a trip call as Buckland gets run into. I think 77's headed to the box for tripping. Power play coming for Sioux Center Storm here. Coach Baker's pleading his case. Refs are talking about it center ice there. Someone off to my left said you can't penalize team when their own team is tripping. And Baker heads to the box. One minute penalty up there. Nope. Jumps to a minute 30. 13:45 left up on the clock. Coach Baker's argument was he was walked up there. I don't know. Can't hear too well with the headphones on. Levi Yohe at center for the faceoff. Wins it, sends it to Van Tilburg. Back to Yohe. Up to Dupass. Dupass has it stripped. Picked up by Van Tilburg. Cross-ice pass to Pembroke. Misses. Storm pick it up at center ice. Cross-ice pass misses. Van Tilburg gets there first. Taps it off to Redford. Redford to Yohe. And this one will go for icing. Well, that'll do wonders for the penalty kill here. A minute left and the clock continues to run. Yohe's still at center for the faceoff. And the full half of the penalty kill is over. Yohe wins it. Goes back to Van Tilburg off the back of the net. And Pembroke picks it. Kind of dropped his pass and then backhands it over the head of everyone. Storm get there before Redford. Yohe comes in, picks up the scraps, pass off the boards to Dupass. Storm trying to clear, kept in by Pembroke, but gave it up. Storm bring it in. Across the middle, Yohe sends him wide, and a good save from Elliot Buckland. We are back to even strength with 12 minutes left to play. It's like Liam Story at center for the faceoff here. Number 37 loses that one. Ace and Bent's coming away with it. Clears it out of the zone. Storm pick it up. Almost sent it off sides. Marin's tracking this behind the net. Buckland taps it off for him. Goes one way, then goes back. Looking for a pass. Decides to ice it instead. Clears it out of the zone. Storm get it back. Bringing it in. Marin to Goldie. Goldie takes that puck. Storm get it back. Marin strips it now. Goldie picks it up. Ooh, Goldie skated in before the puck. No offsides called. I think you can control the puck now coming in backwards. I was reading the rule book at an Iowa Wild game the other day, and it looked like they added a subsection to offsides there. Ace and Bentz with it in the corner, drops it off, picked up by Story behind the net. Looking for a wraparound, did not get on net. It went right to the crease in front of it. Storm cleared it out of the zone. Marin kept it in. Sends it deep, chasing it down. His team went for a shift change. Marin's still with it. Tough angle shot. Was on net. Goalie blocked it. Kept in on the line by 13. Smith now tracking this to the corner. Storm with it. Marin trying to keep it in. They clear it out and send it for icing. It got by Bentz. Whistle blows. 10 minutes left in the first period here. Score tied at 0. And a late night of hockey for everyone here. Carson Follis at center for the faceoff. say he won that. Sent it to the corner. They just barely got there. He picks it up behind, gets a shot on net. Goalie gobbled that one up. And the clock has stopped. And it's running. I think they just forgot. Falla still at center. Puck's down. Gets it off to Smith. Smith to Baker. Long shot hits a man. Bounces. Goes off Fallis and towards the net. So one face-off for him and a shot off the deflection for him. And it'll be less than 9 minutes left after the next face-off. Fallis loses this face-off. Storm trying to clear. Hildebrandt with it on the boards. Pass off to Fallis. Fallis up high. Shot. Blocked by the goalie. Went off his chest. 3 players collide. Puck's pinned against the boards. Hildebrandt sends it deep. And the Storm with it. Up the boards. Baker keeping it in. Sends it back to Smith. Gets by Fallis. Back to Baker. Decides to shoot. Goes off the skate. Rebound goes off to Smith. Smith can't get the shot off. They're up with Pembroke. He had his pocket picked. And Baker takes that puck right back. Gets it up to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt loses it. Fallis comes through. Steals it. Brings it in. A lone red jersey for the Bucs there in the corners. He passes back to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt shot at his player. It's picked up by Van Tilburg. Backhand shot goes wide left. Smith with it. Back to Marin. Marin just barely got the pass off to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt had his stick lifted and the Storm cleared out. This one gets by Marin. Will not go for icing as he tracks it behind the net. Puts on the brakes after he kind of dropped. And then a pass off to Hildebrandt misses. He sends it for icing. .7:20 left in the first. Score tied at 0. Puck's down. Yohe lost that one. Marin pins it against the board. Yohe comes in, takes it out. Pass across to Redford. Weird bounce off the boards. He picks it up though. Brings it across the middle. They stay on sides. Pass to Yohe, doesn't connect. Yohe trying to center. Hits a defender. McDaniel centering. Gets to Yohe. Yohe can't handle it. Back to Van Tilburg. Up high. Long shot. Hits the defender right in front of him. Marin rushes back on D after the Storm steal it. Pass misses his man, or is dropped. In neutral zone. Marin with it on our side. Stops. Lifts a pass up to McDaniel to open ice. And tried to center one. No trip call here as McDaniel went down. Story coming in stealing it. Puck brought in here by Redford. And he gets shoved down. Marin pinning it on the blue line. Roughing is the call. Not sure I agree. Goalie's over there mocking our player. Six minutes left and a minute 30 power play for Des Moines here. Carson Fallis at center for the faceoff. Fallis, Hildebrandt, Smith, Pembroke, Bent's out there. Fallis wins it, gets it back. I think he was trying to pass it off to Pembroke. Kind of dropped it, had to dump it around the back. Hildebrandt with it in the far corner. 2 players collide. He drops it off for Smith, though. Now Fallis, far boards. Pass back to Baker. Oh, Bent's, my apologies. Smith picks it up after it goes high. Pass off to Hildebrandt. And a shot. Rebound is in front. And a shot there from number 20, Graham Hildebrandt. Puck leaves the zone. Bentz picks it up in neutral. Passes up to Hildebrandt, brings it back in. Has it poked off. Storm pick it up, send it out, and this one gets by 46. Pembroke on to Des Moines' side. 38 seconds left on the power play. Cross-ice pass to Redford behind him. Stops to pick it up. Allows the Storm to get a little too close for comfort. Puck was pinned. He comes away with it in the corner. Back to Smith behind the net. Pembroke's back, waiting for a pass. He cuts through. Smith couldn't get the shot off, though. Still with it, Smith is. Now he gets it back to Follis. Follis dekes out one, looking for a shot. Hits a defender in front. I think that got on net. Missed shot for number 5. So we're back to even strength. See, that was another missed shot from Tucker Smith there. I was looking down to put it back to even strength. Four minutes left in the first. Story at center. Wins it to Goldie. Goldie to Baker. Baker to Van Tilburg. Dumps it to the corner. Storm pick it up. Goldie coming away with it after it was pinned in the corner. Back to Baker. Long shot. Bouncing. Did not get through. Some shoving after the play. Like Welch kind of poked in before the whistle. They thought it was after. A little bit of shoving ensued. See if that continues. Story wins this one. Back to Baker. Oh, dropped the puck. I think that's offsides. And we'll try it again on the offsides line. Story loses that one, though. Ends up with Van Tilburg. Van Tilburg to Goldie. Goldie has it stripped. Ends up center ice. Pass for the Storm across neutral. Into the offensive zone. Good pressure. Baker and Van Tilburg send it to the corner. They can't get a shot off. Can't even center. Van Tilburg to Welch. Welch with it. Man coming up behind. Dropped it off to Goldie. Goldie dropped it. A little shove from Story, and they'll call it back the other way. On to a penalty kill for Des Moines here. Let's see if they say roughing again. Yes, they do. Arms straight out to the side. .2:10 left in the first, and Liam Story in the box for 1:30. Yohe wins the face-off, but sends it towards the net. Buckland thought he jumped down on it, but it was not covered. So we'll try it again. One by Yohe, off to Bentz. Ooh, Storm coming away. Their shot went wide. They have it behind the net, looking to center. Marin with it. Clears it for icing. But some breathing room was needed. He sends it back, and they get a shot on net. A good save from Elliott Buckland there. 20 seconds left on the power play for the Storm here. That time as the puck drops, maybe only 10 seconds left on the penalty kill for us. Puck's down. Yohe wins it, sends it to the corner. Marin stopped the puck against the boards. Yohe cleared it far side. Storm sent it back. It's up high on the blue line. Marin comes across, steals it. Marin, pass up to McDaniel. Luke looks the other way. Won't go for icing since he was on that side. McDaniel picks it up off the backboard. Pass right up front to Bentz. Doesn't matter. Storm pick it up and bring it the other way. Marin behind. Fallis. Fallis through a stick, which you can't do. And back to the penalty kill. I'll turn that off and back on, and we'll start the second period on a penalty kill there. I'll tune back in with it for the second. And that'll do it for intermission. Carson Fallis in the box. I don't even know what the call is there. Fallis threw his stick, and that is not allowed. Trying to stop a shot. Team switch sides. Goldie's taking the face-off. Number one wins it, but Pembroke quickly lost it to the Storm. Goldie steals it back. Pins it. Centering pass. No one home. Gets by Baker 2. Off the boards. Baker picks it up. Tried to clear. Kept it on the blue line. Back to Baker. Baker to McDaniel. He gets shoved down. Storm bring it in. Ooh, wide open back door, but couldn't get the shot off. And then a huge check. Goldie gets up, does not retaliate. That's nice. And we will be back to even strength. 47 seconds, 4-on-4. Checking's a call. And then we'll be on a 43-second power play. Goldie at center for the faceoff. Goldie. Trip call coming against Goldie. I'm going to say he won the faceoff. It doesn't matter. As Goldie's going to the box for tripping. So I take it back. It's 15:07 left in the second period. Got 4-on-3 for 37 seconds. That'll be 4-on-4 for basically the remainder of this. So we are on a penalty kill here. 77 loses the face-off. They send it across. Marin with it. Marin trying to clear. Goes off the boards. Smith picks it up. Weaves his way through. Man behind. Now all four in front. Looking for a shot. Maybe he should just look to kill the clock. Aaron's back on the blue line. He's trying to kill time. Back to Smith. Nice little play there to kill time. Passes it back to Van Tilburg. This almost feels like overtime play. Marin with it, waits, sends it in, dumps it around, and we are back to even strength. Honestly, some pretty good looking play from Des Moines there to kill that first penalty. We are on 4-on-4. We'll have a 10-second penalty kill as Buckland, great save. Went up to his glove, he was able to catch it. Clock continues to run. 10 seconds, 4-on-4. Then we'll have 10 seconds of penalty kill, 5-on-4. Face-off is won by Story. Gets it off to Pembroke. Pembroke tapped it out of reach. And it's cleared out. Bent's in pursuit. Sends it back. Kept it on the blue line. Story to Pembroke. We are back to even strength. I didn't even have time to put it in there. Levi jumps onto the bench, and Pembroke getting a shot off. Story at center for the face-off here. 13 minutes left in the second period. Score tied at 0. Story wins it back to Bentz. Story deflected right up front. Bounces. It's in between the legs. Shot came from up high from Bentz. Clock is stopped. Not sure why. It's 9:45 here. Now it runs. Story at center. He loses this face-off. Bentz can't keep it in on the blue line. They get back on sides. Bentz brings it in. Makes a shot. Blocked. Rebound picked up by Story. Storm with it against the boards. Got to be careful with hooking calls there. Storm still with it. Stolen by Goldie. Backhands it to Pembroke. He's able to tap it around defender and bring it in. Couldn't get a shot off. Storm sent it to the boards. Goldie dumps it back. Storm pick it. Bring it around him this time. Cross-ice pass behind his man. He's able to stop for it. Stick lifted. Puck ends up in the boards. Pembroke tapped out of reach for himself. Storm keep it in on the blue line. A trip. Back against Pembroke. No call. Story dumps it to the near corner. Storm go back to pick it up. They thought there was pressure on. Bentz controlling it. He gets checked. No call. And a tough angle shot from Redford doesn't connect. Shot from Bentz there goes wide. McDaniel tapped it off. No one's home on the near board. Storm pick it up and send it cross ice for icing. About 10.5 minutes left. The second period here. By the time this puck drops. Yohe at center for the faceoff. He lost that one. Up high. Baker keeps it on the line. Luke McDaniel off to Yohe. Storm sent it behind the back. Dupass with it. Kicked it off to Van Tilburg. Van Tilburg dumps it off to Baker. Baker split his men, picked up by the Storm on their side of the ice. McDaniel picks off a pass. Centers. Storm first there. Yohi skating through the puck, can't control it though. Storm have it. A trip, no call. Like, he's a little bit in front of the play. Puck stopped against the boards by Van Tilburg. Centers it across. Redford. Back to Van Tilburg. Now Smith. Dumped in. Looked like a check. No call. Storm pass up the near boards. Hildebrandt strips that puck. Trip behind the play by Smith, it looked like. No call. And Storm were able to clear. Xander Marin and Xander Van Tilburg back on D. Marin put the break on. And Storm sent it to the corner where Van Tilburg picks it up. Van Tilburg to Fallis. Fallis brings it right up. Looking for a pass. Drops it off to Marin. Marin up high. Pass across. Bentz. Long shot. It's a defender in front. Bentz trying to control the puck in the corner. Ooh, flounders on a pass. Ends up back with Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt dumps it around. Smith in pursuit. Back to the corner. 20. Hildebrandt with it. Marin coming across. Picks it up. Can't get the shot off. Dumped it around back to Smith. And now we're all too close. Bentz picking up the puck from the Storm. He gets tripped hard. And Storm dump it in, but they don't call it. Marin picks it up in the corner, dumps it around the back to Hildebrandt. And now the Storm play it. We will be on our power play. Maybe a first full-length power play here. .7:55 left in the second. Minute and a half power play up there. I wasn't watching the ref to see what the call was. Yogi at center for the faceoff. Puck's down. He wins it back to McDaniel. McDaniel back to Marin. Marin, long shot. It's a defender right in front. And Storm come away with it. The offsides if they brought it in. They did not. Yogi taps it off. And McDaniel can't control the puck to bring it in. He does now. Has an angle, centering through traffic, doesn't get through. Storm try to clear, over to Bentz. And Storm cleared this time, but they sent it for icing. .45 seconds left on the power play, and 7 minutes left in the second. Fallis loses the faceoff. Puck ends up around the back. Storm up the boards. Baker's there. And they get it around him. Pembroke picks this up in the neutral zone. Pass across to no one. Looked like he kind of split Hildebrandt and Fallis. Picked up by the Storm, and we are back to even strength. It's in front. Baker's with it. Keeps it. And loses it. Fallis collides with a player. No call. Looked like he did drop his shoulder. At least from my angle. But the refs didn't see it. Pembroke comes in. Looked like a hip check from him. And they will call both of those players. So I think we'll stay 5-on-5. Reciprocal roughing, it looks like. thought it'd be at center ice. Looks like they'll drop it from an offside circle. 5:58 left in the second. No penalties up on the board since they stay even strength. They'll have to stay in there a minute and a half plus a whistle, however long that takes. Follows at center for the faceoff, loses it. Almost intercepted a pass as the Storm bring it in. Baker separated him from the puck. Hildebrandt had it for a moment. Had his stick lifted. Now he's on his hands and knees. Couldn't control it. Storm coming her way. Looking for a shot. Ooh, off the post, into the glass, and out of the rink. Little high. First great scoring opportunity for the Storm there. .15 left in the second as the clock continues to run. Puck's down. Story wins that face-off. Well, I take it back. Story does not win that face-off. Storm came in and took it after he kind of got it behind him. Story collects it here near boards. Puck leaves the zone. Storm recollect and dump it. Story stops it up high, clears it out. Storm with it in neutral. Goldie comes across. Stopped a pass. Marin trying to put a stop to a player. Little physical, and they'll call it. So on to the penalty kill. We've got too many men on. Brock heads off. Looks like the face-off was lost by Story. Puck comes around to Goldie, though. Goldie's able to clear it out of the zone. Stops the puck and brings it in. He's up high, drops it behind him. He's kind of through traffic. Bent's trying to control it now on the boards. Storm trying to get around, and they will. Lets our defense set, though. Storm, tough angle shot. And a glove save from Elliott Buckland there. Be about 40 seconds left by the time this puck drops on our penalty kill. Yohe wins this one, but can't clear it out. Storm keep it in on the line. Then Tilburg crossed it to Bentz. Storm get a shot, but Buckland stops it. 10 seconds left on the PK for us. Yohe, I'll say he won that one. Puck's able to, couldn't quite clear. McDaniel was there. Now it comes out. He passed with it, getting around the defense. Couldn't get the shot off, though. Wide open back door after he deked out the goalie. Yohe with it in the corner. Trying to center. Gets to McDaniel. McDaniel shot. Hits the goalie's inside ankle. And our first goal of 2026. Coming from McDaniel. Didn't see the assist, though. Hopefully that opens up scoring for us on the weekend. Letting the guys out of the box now. I thought they were getting ready to get John Pembroke in trouble. He was over in the box. He opened the doors so his son could get high fives to McDaniel after the goal. Follis wins the faceoff back to Marin. Marin to Smith. Smith with it behind the net, looking to pass it off. Through traffic, connects to Baker, up high, long shot, hits a defender, goes to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt fans on his shot, though. Picks it up, cross to Follis, Follis to Marin. Marin keeps it in. Cross to Baker. Baker has traffic and turns it over. Storm bring it the other way. It's against the boards, far side. He's got a man centering up. Fans on his pass, and Marin taps it off to Hildebrandt. Storm steal it back. And it comes into the zone. Ooh. A lucky break there for Buckland as the puck looked like he wasn't tracking it, went off his stick and bounced up and over. Tough angle, but Storm dropped the puck in neutral, picked up by Follis. Follis skates through Hildebrandt and Smith. Marin with it in the corner. Follis back to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt long shot off the top of his stick. And behind the back, Follis with it. A little tied up with Smith. Weren't on the same page there as the puck ends up in the corner. Goes back to Baker. Ooh, Baker missed the pass across the middle. Yeah, Bud is able to strip the puck without having a hook. He angles a player off from the puck, and Smith comes away with it. Ooh, Smith dropped it on the line. Kept in, and Marin sends it. Gives it back to him in neutral at least. Puck kept in on the blue line by the Storm there. Trying to get a shot. Marin stops it. Trying to clear. Kept in on the line again. Marin collects again off the boards. Can't clear. Goes right back to him, and this time he'll split the defense and send it for icing.
Get ready, boys! Stay ready!
And that's going to do it for the second period. There's 2 seconds left. There's no way they drop this puck before the buzzer. So, after 2, Junior Bucs are up 1-0 over Sioux Center Storm. I'll tune back in with you for the third period as it turns 10 o'clock on the dot tonight. Thank you for being here with us. And that'll do it for the second intermission as we push into the third period. The 1-0 lead over the Storm here. 12 minutes up on the clock. We're set and ready to go. Story at center for the faceoff here. Puck's down, he wins it. Sends it to the boards, though, where the Storm pick it up, bring it in. Pembroke's back on D, sends it to the corner. Round the back, the puck goes. Pembroke to Goldie. Goldie can't control. But Storm can't handle it either. Story comes away with it. Splits the defense there as Brock Looks like he's trying to get set up. Centering pass hits a skate, ends up behind the net. Storm back this way they come, up the near boards. Pass to no one's picked off by Bentz. Bentz foundered on the shot there. Storm pick it up. Good scoring opportunity. And let's give Elliot Buckland another save on the night. Up on the board, it's 11-9 shots-wise. Not sure how accurate that is with what I have in the app so far. Sometimes I get a little carried away with what's going on, trying to keep track of who's who and where. And I can't put everything into the app. Levi Yohe at center for the faceoff. Wins it, off to Marin. Marin up off the boards, connects to McDaniel. And McDaniel lost the skate. Storm coming away with it. Kept in by Yohe. Yohe gets tripped. Marin picking up the puck, looking for a shot. Makes it wide, though. McDaniel with it behind the net. Pass fighting for the puck in the corner. Goes up high. Marin trying to put a stop to him here. Gets tripped. No calls. He dumps it around the back. Redford in pursuit. Puck goes to Yohe. Yohe to Dupass. Dupass centers to McDaniel. Couldn't get the shot, but Yohe will backhand it off a rebound, and they'll say it goes in. Second goal of 2026 goes to Yohe. I'm going to say it was from Redford Dupass there. I think that's the last name I remember saying. Bucks go up 2-0 with 10 minutes left in the third period. Carson Follis at center for the faceoff. Marin goes back to the box. Not sure what happened. I assume it was a celebration type thing. I don't know. I didn't see. Maybe a celebration penalty. Follis loses the faceoff. Smith with it up the near boards in the corner. Still with it somehow. 3 Storm players trying to clear it out, and they finally will. Baker with it in neutral zone. Baker keeps it on the blue line. Storm struggle to clear it out. Follis backhand shot goes to the corner. Smith gets shoved down and be back to even strength. Even strength for 45 seconds and a power play for another 45. 9:14 left. Roughing the call. This ref seemed very hesitant to call a check. Maybe I saw a trip earlier, I don't know. But not seen any cross-checking calls, slashing calls. All I've really seen today is roughing and unsportsmanlikes. Story at center for the faceoff. Loses it. Goes to the corner. Baker back. Can't keep it in on the line. Doesn't matter. They don't call it offside. Storm control. Centering pass connects right in front. And shoots and scores. Even strength goal there. Elliott looks injured. No, he's standing up, shaking his head like he's okay, but I don't know. The way he was down, staring at the ground, made it look like he was hurt. So we'll stay 4-on-4. Story wins the faceoff. Back to Van Tilburg. Van Tilburg to Goldie. Pembroke taps it out to neutral. Storm bring it back in. And we are on a power play now. Puck pinned on the boards. Goldie coming away with it. Trying to tap it up to Smith. Smith will bring it in. Has one man to beat. Gets around him. Trying to get in front of the net. Looked like potentially a hook. No call there. Puck comes back out to Van Tilburg. Van Tilburg can't send it in. Keeps it down the line a second time. Connects with Smith down low. Trying to bring it across. Getting a shot. Shoots. Missed shot. Blocked by the goalie down there. Story with it in the corner. Passes back. Van Tilburg now. Long shot from Van Tilburg. And a second shot from Story. And we are back to even strength. Score 2-1 with 7 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third period. Wallace at center for the faceoff. Wallace, I don't know, nobody won that faceoff to be honest. Ends up in the corner where Smith is looking to pick it up. Storm steal it back. Pass across is loose. Bentz clears it out of the zone. Storm get it back. They send it in. Back to Bentz. Bentz can't clear this time. Hits a player and then backhands it to neutral. And icing is the call here. Wallace at center for the faceoff. Wallace lost that one. Buckland sends it behind the net. It's picked up by Baker. Baker to Smith. Smith to Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt shot, sinks it. 20 from 77, I believe. As the Junior Bucs go up 3-1 with 5:52 left in the game. Wallace loses the faceoff. Storm bring it in. Pembroke with it in the corner, though. Gets around 2. Up to near boards. Into the zone. Can't get around the third. Shoved off a player. No call. Looked like he was leaning on Pembroke to stay up. Back to Pembroke it goes, who dumps it around the back. Smith looking to get there. Can't quite beat the Storm to the puck. Hildebrandt trying to keep it in. Bounces high. Gets a second chance to send it around the corner. Smith tries to pass to himself. Corner to corner. Storm get there first. Pembroke can't keep it in, and the Storm might be on a breakaway. Like Van Tilburg needed to rush back. Carson got tied up with the player. They may call a hooking against him, but it was the Storm's player that had his stick caught up in the Bucs player. Yohe at center for the faceoff. We are still even strength, no penalties here. Looks like a defensive shift change coming from the Storm. 4:29. Oh, never mind. The wingers left. The center stayed. 4:29 left in the game here. As Junior Bucs are up 3-1. Yohe wins the faceoff, but dangerously sent it straight towards the net. Yohe wins it again, puts it right in front. Shot ends up through. And gets by Buckland. The Storm bring it back within one. Score is 3-2, even though the board shows 4-1. Don't trust that one. Story wins the faceoff. Back to Bentz. Storm send it length. Bentz will take it around our net. 3:40 left. Even strength hockey here. He passes off to Story. Story collides with the player. Welch trying to pass off to Goldie. Goldie had to lose all his momentum. Goldie brings it in now. Skates around one. Two Storm players collide. Welch centering, doesn't get through traffic. Storm trying to clear, goes back to Baker. Up high on the blue line, shot under the stick, ends up wide left though after it hits a defender. Story back to Baker. Baker stops it on the line. Over to Goldie. Goldie, quick shot off the side of the net there, doesn't get in. 3 minutes left as the Storm pick it up near boards and bring it out of the zone. Puck leaves, gets by Bentz. No icing here. Bentz with it behind the back of the net. Looking to pass off to Goldie. Miscalculated the angle there off the board. And Storm picked it up. Bentz steals it back in the corner. Bouncing puck, but he's able to control. Get it off to Welch. Welch clears it out, and that should be offsides. 2:31 left in the game. Clock is running. Follows at center. Wins it. Storm brought it in. Goes out. Sent back in. That'll be offsides. Another 20 seconds off the clock there. They're going to call that one intention. Oh, no. Timeout called by the Storm. They're probably going to go empty net. 2 minutes left in the game. And I'll tune back in with you after that. They just reset the clock to 1 minute for the timeout. So we'll see what happens here. I'll tune back in with you soon. All right, back ready to go. Storm keep their goalie in. Two minutes back up on the clock for the rest of the game. Yohe lost the faceoff. Thought he'd angle it behind him, but the Storm picked it up. Smith came across, stealing it back. Up the boards, centering pass. A little bit behind McDaniel. McDaniel to Yohe. Backhand missed wide right. McDaniel across to Smith. Smith in the corner, spins, makes space, centers, doesn't connect. Baker keeps it in, but momentarily. Blind pass picked up by the Storms. They cleared out. McDaniel keeps it in on that line, pinned against the boards. Smith, maybe a little hook, no call. Storm pass across, misses his man. Would have been a breakaway for the Storm there. Has it in the corner, centering, connects, and a shot in front as this game is tied. Defense got out of position, some bad passes, and the Storm were able to convert on it. Score tied at 3 with 1:04 left in the game. So if this game wasn't going late enough, it may go to overtime. Story wins the face-off. Sent in by Goldie here, dumps it deep. Story's in pursuit. Storm got there first, pick it up, passing it out. And they overskate the puck and go off sides. That's funny. So I said earlier you can skate backwards in with the puck, but you can't lose control of the puck and then try to bring it in backwards. 30 seconds left in the game. Story loses this one. Storm bring it in. 24 seconds left. They have it in the corner. Centering. Pass doesn't get through. Looked like a good stick from Van Tilburg. Goldie up to Dupas. Doesn't connect. Ugh. Looked like Dupas might have checked there after the play. Pembroke with it. There's 6 seconds left. So offsides is the call, and that'll do it for the game. We'll go to overtime here. I don't know how they run it here. Coach was wondering if that was it. Maybe Coach was signaling that he wants it to be over. I don't know. Teams, at least the Bucs, are lining up to shake hands. And we'll call it a tie, it sounds like. Well, that'll do it for game 2. The Bucs end the day without a win, but finally got some goals there. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I don't know what time we play tomorrow, but I will update Sideline as soon as I find out. Much better effort this evening than we saw in the afternoon from the Bucs, but couldn't quite hold that lead after we secured it earlier in the game. Hope to see everyone again tomorrow, and have a good night.